Hello ladies and gents, this is another video brought to you by Ants Hood. In one of my last videos I talked about a kit list that you need to collect a queen. So now you've collected your queen, what do you do next? In my other video, kit list for queen hunting, I talked about all the fancy pants bits and bobs you can get off the internet, specifically for collecting queens. And I also spoke about what you could use around your house, like in your kitchen, some Tupperware boxes to keep it nice and cheap if money's a bit of a finite item for you. Well, I was at work yesterday not expecting to collect queens, and I was in the car park and a queen caught my eye. So I quickly went to my car and seen what I had that I could use, and unfortunately, or fortunately should I say, all I had was this Lucozade bottle. So I used it, collected the queens, so now I'm going to show you the next process once you've got these queens in this video. You're going to need some kind of pokey thing. Here I'm using tweezers. You're going to need a test tube. You're going to need 2 cotton wool buds, and that'll become apparent shortly. And you're going to need some mineral water as well. It's got to be mineral water, guys. It cannot be tap water, okay? So grab your test tube and then you're going to fill it halfway full with the mineral water. Right, the reason it needs to be mineral water, guys, is because our tap water's got chemicals in it and it might not necessarily be great for the ants, and it'll also encourage algae growth and stuff like that, where natural mineral water is a lot better. So as you can see here, I'm grabbing the cotton wool bud and I'm using my pokey to quickly shove it into the water, making sure there's no air bubbles. And as you can see here, I'm compacting the end down, and I'm compacting the end down until I can see water poking through. All right, and once you see that water, tip it out if there's any excess, but then you're ready to go. And you need that water because that's what the queen is going to drink. And it also keeps the humidity right in the test tube. Right, now I've got the test tube ready and I've got the extra cotton wool bud that I need ready to hand. I'm going to take the queen and I'm going to put her in the test tube. Now, the queen's quite robust, to be fair, so you don't need to be massively gentle in getting them into the test tube, but try and take care if you can. But like I said, they're fairly robust at this stage. As you can see, she's making her way down, and I'm going to start tapping it and shaking her in to get her into the test tube. Keep gently tapping until she's in the test tube. Once she's in the test tube, all you need to do then is grab the other cotton wool bud, poke it in the end so she can't escape, but not too tight that she can't breathe. This test tube setup will last a while, definitely until next year, but it depends on a couple of things. One is the water. If the water goes funny colour, off colour or something like that, it's probably got a bacteria in there and it needs replacing, or if the water runs out. Also, if she starts getting a significant amount of workers, then you need to look at rehousing them in either a formicarium or an even larger test tube setup like I've got with one of my colonies that you've seen previously. Now she's in this setup, what we need to do is put her in a warm, dark place, ideally with not much vibration to disturb her. Now, I know, being a beginner ant keeper, because I was the same when I first started keeping ants, and even somewhat today as well, to be truthful, it's hard to leave her alone. It's hard not to want to keep an eye on her, but it's important that we do. Being a colostral queen, we don't need to worry about feeding her because she doesn't need feeding until she gets the first workers. Once she gets those first workers, then you can start feeding her. So you may ask, how did I catch this queen? Well, unfortunately I can't use my phone at work, so I couldn't record what I did, but I was literally had my eyes to the floor and I was just looking for any movement that could be a queen. And once I did that, I grabbed a bottle as stated before and then picked up the queen and put her in the bottle. But like I said, it is that simple. Now, if you want an easy way of looking for queens, you want somewhere like a car park where she'll stick out, or on a path that's got concrete on, so you'll see them scurrying across the surface. Obviously, if you want different species, Lagus nigers are everywhere, so they're not a massive issue to find, but different species have different environments, so you may need to go to woodlands, for example, or a meadow, and that in the grass and stuff like that, they are going to be harder to see. As this is a relatively new channel, only a couple of weeks old, and this is a new queen, what I'd like to do is track her progress throughout me making videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up the test tube so we know who she is in case I get any more queens, and I want you guys to leave comments with suggestions for names, and then we'll pick the best one. Well, that's it for today then, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment with name suggestions for this queen. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.